Hey, what's up, dudes? It's Mac the Snapper, climbing up out of my little mud puddle once again to bring you another video. This one is a little bit different today from what my normal random content is. But I just want to say, this guy right here, he is 100% a Fed. I mean, think about it. So, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, why would a dude do something like what he did? I'm trying to be a little bit censored just for the first, it's been 30 seconds, but anyway, why would a guy do what he did and then still be found with the weapon? Like, if it was me, and I would never do something like that, but I would smelt all of it. Like, this here, like the arm and the barrel device would no longer exist 5 minutes after it happened. So the fact that he was found 6 days after the fact with the firearm and suppressor still both on his person. He also had a manifesto, immediately red flagged Fed. Like, because think about it, every single time there's a shooting, what is the thing that happens? Okay, the two things that happen is the Feds knew of them, or they had a manifesto. It's just, how can people still be thinking that this, for one, even, he might be the guy in question, the one who did it. But if he is, then he's also a Fed. It might not be him. It might just be a plant that they're using to make themselves relevant, because the FBI is irrelevant. If the FBI didn't stage things, they'd have nothing to do. And it just, how can people not be putting that together? Like, there's people on the internet saying that this is 100% the guy. Like they got him. Hoorah for the FBI and the popo. But I'm just saying, there's too many red flags. It's just not adding up. Like, he still had the gun. He had multiple IDs on him. It's like, how bad can you be at that? I am just a normal dude with a 6 to 5 job. Like, how can you be this bad? The fact that he made it 6 days is just insane. If he's this just terrible at this, like, he should have got, why did he still have it all on? The fact that he still had it all on him, that much, just damning evidence. I think it's down here, but yeah, this is a 3D printed gun. So this, if you look at it, you can see the texture of it. This frame is not a Glock frame. This slide is a Glock slide, 19 slide. Barrel is a trigger's a Glock trigger. But this is a 3D printed gun. So the ATF's got to have something to do with this, because for one, you cannot possess a suppressor in the state of New York. So the fact that the ATF aren't all the fuck over this is kind of mind-boggling. Like, if it was someone like me who did anything with a suppressor, because I personally own legal suppressors, so I know the laws behind them and how fucking retarded all the laws around them are. Because for one, there's no hammer, no firing pin, no barrel, no rifling, but yet there's still a firearm that you have to fill out a 4473 to take possession of, which just makes no fucking sense. There's no logic to it. I'm not even going to get into the NFA. I'll just go on a hardcore, I'll get canceled. The people that staged this shooting are going to be showing up at my door next. Okay, so that's just the possession of the suppressor is the first felony. The pistol alone by itself is a felony in New York to own without the proper permitting. And I don't live in New York. I just know the law, so I never go there. This looks like a standard capacity magazine, which is also anything more than, I think, it might be 5 rounds now, but it was 10 when I last checked. 10 rounds in New York is a felony, I believe. I believe it's a felony. Don't quote me on that. I didn't Google it. That's just from what I remember from reading about it back when I was studying the law. And yeah, so like you have multiple felonies with a firearm here, and yet I haven't heard anything about the ATF being involved. I could be wrong. I mean, I could search it right now. Actually, I might actually do that real fast here. Not seeing anything from the ATF. ATF in NY. Okay, so they might. Retired ATF executive explains how New York City subway shooting could have been much worse. Okay, I don't know how. I mean, the only thing that it proves is that gun laws do not, in fact, work at all. That was actually from what I just read was actually from 2022. So that I don't think that they have had anything to say about what happened, which is crazy because they're going to try to use this to outright ban 3D printed frames, and because they already tried that, so we know it's on their hit list. Proper word to use. And then also he used a homemade suppressor because, and I actually said I didn't make a video, so I can't prove it, but I did say that it was a Glock 19 that he had used just from the video because I own multiple of them. I know how they function. I know how they work. I know how they work with a direct thread suppressor because I own multiple suppressors legally, I must add. And I know how they function when don't have the Nielsen device or / booster, because it's like a spring-loaded like piston that allows, because you see how this barrel like rocks upward just slightly, that disengages the chamber square. I don't really know. I'm just trying to explain it to where anyone can understand. But there's like the block that houses the casing itself, and that has to drop down like 4 millimeters. No, I say about 2.5 to 3 millimeters. Has to drop down, so that weight being transferred, or that movement downward on the back of the barrel to the front of the barrel goes up. And that much weight sticking out. Hold on. Yeah, so that much weight sticking out on the end of the barrel is too much for the barrel to unlock. So it needs to have, it's a spring load, so the barrel can go back slightly and drop down while the suppressor just stays in where it is, and then the internal piston is the only part that would just move ever so slightly to allow the barrel to unlock and then drop and then fall and then slide up. So, but I don't remember where I was going with that. But anyway, the fact that he made a homemade suppressor, that is actually also another felony, which would fall under the NFA. So it's an NFA item. Gay, I know. An NFA item that was homemade without a Form 1, and it was not purchased, so it did not have a Form 4. No $200 tax stamp, extortion tax, unlawful, of course. I mean, I keep throwing in qualifiers because I fucking hate the NFA. It's just the dumbest fucking thing because the NFA was made to ban pistols, but then they found out that was just unpopular. So then they changed it, took pistols off, but then you can have an AR pistol with no stock, and then if you put a stock on it, it becomes more concealable, so that's why the SBRs are on the NFA. It fucking doesn't make any goddamn sense at all. It's so, oh my, it is so fucking, you have to do so much mental gymnastics to think that the NFA is even slightly logical. It's just so dumb. And the fact that no one's ever been charged with the possession of an SBR by itself as a single charge, it just goes to prove that if the ATF catches you with an SBR and you haven't committed any other crime, they will just try to settle in court because they know if they take it to the court, you can abolish the NFA because you can go and argue with how fucking stupid it is. And makes, oh, okay, I'm just gonna stop. So yeah, and then he had a manifesto on him. 4 fake IDs. Like what person in their right mind after unaliving somebody would not just ditch everything they had on them, change their clothes? The fact that I think he was still wearing the same hoodie or something. I can't remember exactly. But like the fact that he could do it so good, like, I mean, the fact he had practice on the weapon that he built. He did know that it was going to malfunction. He did know that it wasn't going to cycle because of the lack of Nielsen device in his homemade suppressor. why did he still fucking have it on him? That doesn't make any logical. I mean, if he's a leftist, of course I could see that why he wouldn't understand that. Oh, hey, I still have the fucking super illegal firearm and suppressor that I made, and am in a. I mean, they caught him in Pennsylvania, but the fact that he was in New York with it and didn't just destroy it immediately is just wild. Like, has he never watched a movie ever? Oh, it doesn't make any fucking sense. And then the 4 faked IDs. That's another thing. Is like, why did he have 4? I mean, I understand. He's 26. Why does he need fake IDs at all? Normally kids like 19-year-olds will have fake IDs, but not a 26-year-old. He has no reason for a fake ID unless he wants to get caught doing something illegal. So I just don't understand it for real. And another thing, like, so leftists are trying to ban guns, but now they're praising this guy for using a super illegal, like the most illegal type of firearm you can have, in a state where they're totally banned. Like, you need a special license to even own a semi-auto pistol. And he had like the quadfecta, illegal homemade suppressor, homemade frame, semi-auto, quote-unquote high-capacity magazine. Those are all banned in New York State, or New York City as a whole. Like, it's crazy. Like, in New York City itself. Like, that single firearm was like 5 felonies, unjustly so. They should all be legal. But I'm just saying, like, and then the whole left is praising this guy. They're praising this guy for using something that they're trying to ban. But since, I guess that's the thing about the left. They are 100% pro-gun as long as they're the only ones that use them, and as long as that firearm is only used to kill someone they hate. It is mind-boggling. And I know I snapped a little bit in this, but I might. It's just wild. I just on a scale of 1 to even, I can't even. So this is apparently him in the back of the car. And what's crazy is that, like, this dude, the only reason they knew what he looked like is because he was flirting with a chick. It's crazy, dude. Because, I mean, I think, yeah, in that same... So there's a picture of him with his mask off, but this was him, like, right beforehand. I think that's... Does that look the same as a couch in the back? That might not be the same place, but that's... He might have changed. It just... his demeanor, like, his posture. Like, look at his posture. It's about... Like, just, like, the slope of his shoulders... Yeah, like, see, like the way his shoulders are. That's pretty hard to misconstrue. I'm pretty sure this is the same guy. And the fact that he fucked up this badly is just amateur hour. This dude's a Fed. This dude's 100% a Fed who needed to get caught because, I mean, mark my fucking words, they're going to be coming after suppressors and 3D printers now. Because people can't be trusted. Because, the law didn't work once. Why not make more laws so they still don't work more? It's just... I'm so tired of this bullshit. I'm just so fed up with this crap. I just want to cry, bro. I haven't cried in 12 years now. And this mental retardation is gonna make me finally crack. It's so over, bros. It's so over. But I guess at this point, detectives are trying to determine whether Thompson was targeted because of some type of personal conflict or as a result of his work as an insurance executive. Sources said, the killer apparently had some knowledge of Thompson's schedule on Wednesday, and the fact that he would be arriving at the Hilton well before the company meeting was to begin, sources said. Police are interviewing Thompson's colleagues and family about any potential specific threats, Kenny said. So, this dude, being a wealthy man as he was, his whole schedule is going to be more or less public. It would not be hard. So, the dude looks kind of like a chipmunk. I mean, R.I.P., but Well, still, I mean, I really don't give a shit. The fact that this is being so blown up, well, it was mainly because it was probably a political hit. This dude could have been, you don't know. We don't know. Well, I'm sure we'll never probably know why exactly he was tragically unalived. Who knows? We'll probably never know. Bro was going through a divorce, so, it could have been his wife hired the dude and then said, make it look like it was something to do with the insurance. But really, though, what he did was like unaliving the CEO of State Farm because Lamborghini made their cars too expensive. Like the insurance company has nothing to do with how much, or like being rejected. The real question he should have asked, or the real people he should have gone. I'm not saying he should have, but I'm saying if he was going to go after anybody, why didn't he go after the people who set the pricing? Like, that seems like a more logical thing to do, other than some dude that has nothing to do with anything. That's why I think it had nothing to do with what he did for a living, but it was personal. It had to have been personal because, and this is all alleged. This is all just me speculating. It has nothing. None of this is fact. This is all just banter towards the end of the video when only the real ones are going to hear this, because very few people stick around for 20 whole minutes. But it's if he was really wronged by a medical company, why go after the insurance that has nothing to do with the prices set by the medical company? That's why it doesn't make. I mean, this is typical liberal behavior. Totally emotional, no logical thinking whatsoever. I mean, this dude was it Penn State, University of Pennsylvania? Ivy League graduate. Of course, he's retarded. I've honestly, the dumbest people I've ever met in my life were college grads. And some of the richest and smartest people I met were high school dropouts. Just think about that for a minute. And I know multiple millionaires. Multiple. Yeah. And only one of them went to college for finance. But I'm not in finance. I'm in blue collar business. I think that's good enough of a rant. Hopefully this doesn't get me canceled. If not, I'll throw this up on Rumble. But anyway, I guess like I said, I'll probably take off now. And remember, boys, no matter how much money you make, no matter how rich you get, you're never too rich to eat ramen noodles because they're actually delicious. Stay safe, boys. Peace out.